Shalom. First off, I want to start up by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem HaKadosh. Just all praises to the world calls God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem meaning in the name, Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. Also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect preachers word in truth and sincerity on the brother Tazabah in the Great Millstone, Arizona camp. Lord will with another video to edify and we're in a time of great prophecy, in a time of great evil, a time where spirits are getting roused up, right? People are going to get robbed by their governments, right? Especially in America, man. When this banking thing is snowballing, bro. It's getting worse and worse, and people have no idea exactly what's going on, so they don't even know how to react or what to react to. But when that thing goes full in effect and the money ain't buying what it used to in a fashion that this country has never known, because the scriptures tell you this place lived deliciously, right? You're talking about competitive eaters out the wazoo come out of the States, where other people in other countries, one meal, right? They can have steak maybe once a year, and they'll be talking about that piece of steak they have for the rest of the year. Right? The money is gonna fail here. All you people that put your trust in it are gonna fucking lose it. You women that put your trust in the money in America and the ways of America and the romance that it plays out, you're gonna be extremely disappointed, man. Extremely disappointed, because it's gonna collapse soon, and you ain't gonna have nothing. You ain't gonna have nothing, man. We're in the time of prophecy coming to pass. Right? Let me get this precept, man. This is Sirach 39. And 1 says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient." Right? What are some of the ancients? The prophets. "And be occupied in prophecy. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, parables are, he will be there also." So you're always going to be delving into the prophecies of the Lord. You're always going to sit here and try to go into the breakdowns. So who's doing that now? The men of Great Millstone, starting with the elders and apostles, man. The elders and apostles drill the breakdowns, man, because that's how they were taught. And that's how, repetition is the mother of skill, right? So this is another drilling of those prophecies that I learned from the elders and apostles, man. And that was reaffirmed in me through the Spirit of the Lord and faith. Because you got stuff cooking up, man. It says over 100 police officers injured during French labor protests. It says violent clashes erupt across the country as part of a continuing demonstration against controversial pension reforms. When they raise the retirement age, they basically steal a portion of the pension, right? So they can have a little more money, and that's exactly what's happening. So now the people are revolting. They don't even care that the police are there. They don't care what the police want to do. They're willing to go toe to toe. It says almost 300 protesters were arrested during massive French Labor Day demonstrations against controversial pension reforms on Monday. More than 100 police officers were injured during the unrest, according to local authorities. French Interior Minister Gerald Darmanin said on Monday that police had detained a total of 291 people nationwide, 111 of whom were arrested in Paris. We had noted that at least 108 officers had been wounded, a figure he described as extremely rare for a protest on May 1st. Right? It might have been extremely rare, but according to the prophecies, this is going to be a regular occurrence. We're coming to the time where great upheaval is going to be here, right? Because these people walked in great pride, right? Because of unrighteous dealings. This place is about to get turned upside down. America as a whole is going to be turned upside down. The world as a whole is going to be turned upside down. And all the Edomite rulerships everywhere that Esau ruled, well, these people are going to be at their necks. Police, military, it doesn't matter to them. Right? Doesn't matter to them. Because right now, people are struggling. People are struggling, man. Nobody has enough time to do anything. Nobody has enough finances to do anything. The job market is slowing down. Not as much openings are going to be out there. Things are getting hot and heavy and intense. Right? This is prophecy. I want to play this.
Well, last week here on Redacted, we covered the violent story of Haitian gang members being dragged out of the Capitol Police Station, then being butchered alive, burned. The story is awful. It's not for the faint of heart. And I encourage you not to go and seek out these awful, awful videos. They might leave you with nightmares, but it's an important story. Well, that incident has now sparked an entire movement in Haiti. It's not getting any attention internationally at all. Haitians taking justice into their own hands, taking to the streets. Violent weekend, violent past 48 hours. Redacted correspondent Dan Cohen has been following this story. It's absolutely awful. Dan, what?
You see, he said people are taking it into their own hands. Well, this is prophecy, man. This is what has to happen. Right? Because nobody listens to the prophets. Nobody listens to the word of the Lord. They do what they want. They want to say what they what they want to say. They don't want to sit here and show any type of humility, any type of respect to the word of the Lord, to show forth their actions like they care about the word of the Lord. So what? Now we're at the time of prophecy. 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So now, when you see certain things pop up, you compare it to the scriptures, that's the measuring, and you see if the Lord said these things. And right now, everything that the Lord would say, that the Lord said would happen towards the end, is happening. Right? It might seem slow to the people, right? But the Lord's making it so that it's infallible, that these people are not going to do anything but revolt. Right? It says, verse 3, therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, there's earthquakes and uproars. Right? I looked it up too. I did a little Google search. Riots in Haiti and in Ghana in 2023. It says Ghana security chief imposed in Boma locality, Ahafo region, as of January 10th. So curfews are imposed. Ghana, this one is from January 5th, 23. Ghana anti-government demonstrations in Tamale, northern region, January 7th. Ghana protests demand president step down over economic crisis, November 6, 2022. Right? And things are going to progressively get worse. It's going to get worse, man, because they're pulling out this whole new digital currency system. They're making sure that nobody can operate. Over there in Ghana, they were sitting there making it so they can only pull out $40 in cash. So there were 7-hour lines where people were trying to just get to the ATM to take out $40 in cash. And then the new debt notes came out and they couldn't get the debt notes. So they basically dwindled everybody out of using cash altogether. And now nobody has a choice but to use the digital currency. So imagine what other stuff is going to happen off the back of that. This is the time we're in, man. This is the time we're in. This is beautiful. And these things need to speed up. I'm tired of sitting there suffering these wicked ass people. It's time for the Lord to do his work, his strange work. It says, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things, verse 4, from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder, and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. So we're in the time now. We're at the time of the endings and effects and signs. right? The city's going to be troubled because these people are against the word of the Lord, right? Because they despise the Lord, man. That's why these people are getting caught up in all this type of hell, man. It's beautiful. This is needed. 100% needed. 100% needed, man. Second Ezra 15. And 15, it says, the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. Oh, start at 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, and and there should be sedition among men. Well, there's sedition happened in Haiti, Ghana, France. It's just a matter of time till the riots break out in London, right? Because a lot of people out there going poor as shit, man. Poor as shit. Port towns are not getting as much traffic as they used to, right? People are going poor. Why do you think there's more a rise of stabbings in the UK? They're not big on having guns out there, but hey, what they got is they got knives and they got machetes and they've been using them, right? Because there's the sedition among men that's popping up. For there should be sedition among men, in invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions to stand in their power. Now he talked about in his Haiti stuff on Redacted that they were sitting there chopping up these gang members. Just crowds of disgruntled niggas was chopping up these gang members because they was tired of them. Well, that's the prophecies coming to pass. The Lord's doing that. The Lord's putting his hands on these people and messing them up, chopping them up, dismembering them. They're burning them alive. All of it. They're doing the whole shebang bang, flaying their skin off their flesh. We're in a time where people are going to start doing whatever they feel that they want to do, right? And for the niggas out there doing whatever they feel like they want to do, well, guess what? Well, what meat you measured, it shall be measured to you again, right? We're not set up in this world to do whatever the fuck we want to do. We're set up in the world to do what the Lord commanded us to do, to behave in a way that the Lord told us to behave, not do what we want to, right? You owe a deed to the Lord. The Lord came and died for your sins, so you owe it to the Lord to be on fucking point. And people want to do whatever they want. So there's judgments prepared. Yeah, you're going to be able to do whatever you want in the meantime, but that judgment's going to come off the back end, and it's going to be beautiful when it comes, right? A man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You don't think people are afraid as hell out there? Right? He even went, and if you watch this video on Redacted, they even messed up and got a few people that weren't in any of these gangs. Mistakenly killed niggas. Right? Then all these cops in France that got hemmed up during these protests, right? It's going to increase, and it's going to be in America. It's going to be at your doorstep. So all you people that think you're living a good life and nothing's happening, and you're going to go see the game, you're going to watch TV with your friends and go to the movies all the damn time, drink, laugh, marry, right? Think everything's all about being happy and all that stuff. Well, you're going to be met with a scenario very soon when this dollar collapses, because it's happening. More and more banks are collapsing, right? When this hyperinflation starts hitting, you're not going to be worried about being happy. You're just going to be worried about getting fed. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And great tribulation is coming, right? We're in a time now where the Lord is going to fulfill his part and what he said he was going to do, man. This is Isaiah 19. And 2, it says, and I will smite the Egyptian, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. Right? The Lord's setting this up. He's setting people against each other. You know what proves it? Matthew chapter 10. The Lord is with all this. Matthew 10 and 34. It says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. Right? Everybody thinks that the Lord is all about love. Well, the Lord said it himself. He said, don't think that I came to sit here and put peace on this earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. The Lord said he didn't come to send peace. Right? He came to bring a sword. The scriptures say the Lord is a man of war. Scriptures say there's no peace unto the wicked. New Testament says the whole world lieth in wickedness. So what peace does this world deserve? And if you're being wicked, what peace do you deserve, man? For I am I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against the mother-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. A man's foe should be they of his own household. So if the Lord is going to break up on households, what do you think he's going to do to countries, principalities, rulerships? Right? In the book of Ezekiel, it tells you, hey, let me just get on that, man. Ezekiel 12 and 23, it says, tell them, therefore, thus say Yahweh power, I will make this proverb to cease. They shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. But I say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall no more be any vain vision or flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am Yahweh, I will speak, and the word that I speak shall come to pass. It shall no more be prolonged. No more be prolonged. There's no more waiting for it. It's here. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and perform it, say Yahweh power. Right? The Lord is performing his word. Shalom.